Akonde. Well, tonight we turn our focus to Nigeria's southeast, a region long defined by strong opposition politics, deep-rooted political identity, and a history of resistance to the ruling party at the center. But is that narrative beginning to shift? In recent months, we've seen what appears to be a strategic push by the All Progressives Congress to gain ground in the region, a move some describe as long overdue political inclusion, and others view with skepticism, even resistance. So, is this a genuine realignment or just political optics? Is the Southeast opening up to the APC and President Bola Tinubu, or pushing back even harder? And what does this mean for national unity, representation, and the road to 2027? Joining me tonight is the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, a key figure at the heart of this conversation and a leading voice from the region. Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, welcome to Politics on Sunday.
Thank you for having me, and good evening, Nigerians.
Well, your party participated, as the APC, in the FCT Council election. You are a member of that committee inaugurated by the party, to ensure that your party is victorious. We've seen results from, I think, about 5 polling units or 6 now, with APC getting about 4 of the local council areas. But does this mean anything ahead of 2027? Does this suggest a voting pattern that at last the FCT will be in the kitty for the APC?
Thank you very much. As you can see me beaming with smiles, it is a sign of victory, and it's worth celebrating, because when we were inaugurated into this position, the chairman and myself as the secretary of the campaign and election committee, we made a pledge to our party that we are going to go house to house, market to market, stakeholder to stakeholder, engaging to make sure that the message of the renewed hope, which have been practicalized in this FCT by the minister, because the impact is visible across the Federal Capital Territory, that we are going to use that to bring our people on board. And we wanted to test whether what the renewed hope agenda has been preaching for more than 2 years now is actually welcomed by the people. And what happened today is a reflection of the acceptance of this particular renewed hope agenda. It is a show of party discipline. It's a show of calibrated strategy. And, we learned from our 2023 experience and the performance of that 2023. We decided that we are going to be intentional in ensuring that it doesn't happen again. No longer will our party struggle for 25% in the FCT. And we started early, not through posters, not through radio jingle, not through TV advert, but through the implementation of a well-thought-out renewed hope agenda of Mr. President, who chose a team to, make this agenda become something that is beyond theories and letters on the pages of the renewed hope agenda proposition.
Right, Honorable, some people would say that, well, yes, the APC won a majority of the area councils, but some people have said that the APC should not take too much credit for that. That credit should go to a member of the People's Democratic Party, who is the minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, who they say his influence helped your party win the election.
That is ridiculous. Every government have their templates. They have their roadmap set by the leader of government. This leader of government will set a team that will help him convert those visions into missions. And our leader at the moment is the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who came prepared. That 8-point renewed hope agenda, is impactful. And that was the roadmap handed over to both the APC governors, in this case, the FCT minister, to run along with it. It's not the vision of the minister, Wike. The governor Wike or the minister Wike is just interpreting what Mr. President has given to him to do for FCT. So it cannot be PDP taking the glory. He is working under the administration of APC, and it is our agenda that he's implementing, and he is doing it so very well. So the credit goes to Mr. President, who defined where he wanted to get to, set the roadmap, and chose the team that will help him interpret that to the grassroots.
Okay, then.
And the dividends of democracy speaks for itself across the FCT. That is one of the campaign tools that help us to get to where we are. We work hard for this victory.
Then how do you respond to allegations that, the All Progressives Congress and indeed the FCT administration used government might, to some people say suppress voters? We saw Minister Wike out on that day. People were asking questions. Why should he be out as a minister of the FCT who does not vote in Abuja? What is he doing outside? They say all of these things, played out, influenced the outcome of the whole process in favor of your party, the APC.
I didn't get your question clearly, please. If you can repeat, if you don't mind.
All right, then. Let me take it again. I said people are saying that, the All Progressives Congress, through Minister Wike, used the federal might to sway voters and influence the outcome of this FCT council election in favor of your party, the APC. How do you respond to that?
No. The fact speaks for itself. When the caliber of the chairman of Governors Forum of this Federal Republic, Governor Abdul Razak, myself from the Parliament as the secretary, is involved in planning a campaign strategy with other governors, over 15 to 20 governors, coming together to do needs analysis of the FCT in terms of campaign, in terms of implementation of the election. It's hard work. It is all about hard work. We did not campaign in this election through posters. We didn't campaign through jingles. We campaigned through visible impact. We campaign through what people can feel and touch, not just theories. And we were serious about it. Some ruling parties will sit at home. We set up situation room. We sat in that situation. I left the situation room 3:28 a.m. this morning. The same thing with the governor of Ogun State, the same thing with the chairman of the party, APC, national chairman of the party, the same thing with the governor of Kwara State. We were in the field, walking up and down, making sure that everything was in order. It was a product of hard work, and the people reacted, towards what we have done as government.
Deputy Speaker.
Particularly, happy with what has happened with AMAC. AMAC, the number was enormous, and I vowed when I was given this position that my people, the people from the Southeast who are predominant in AMAC, that they will shift base from what it used to be to what it ought to be.
I'll get to the Southeast.
Despite the fact that the people from other parties like ADC came to campaign,
Indeed.
They believe the wordings of our campaign, which says renewed hope. We are renewing hope, and we are showcasing what we are renewing through infrastructural development and government policies that is everywhere.
Indeed, Deputy Speaker. Some people say this hard work you're talking about was prompted by the interests of political figures in the APC like Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi. We saw them all come out to campaign. And this is what spurred, the APC, because this is the first time we're seeing this large committee set up just for the FCT council polls, which some people will regard as a local election. And now that your party has, secured victory in the polls, would you say, what kind of a threat would you say the APC posed to you ahead of this election and to your party?
I couldn't get that clearly, but if you're saying there were other parties who were also working hard, strategies, like I started by saying that we recalibrated our strategy. And while others are focusing on social media as a strategy only and winning on social media, announcing themselves on social media, we were quietly reaching the voters house to house, business to business, market to market, saying less about it openly, but touching lives and making sure they are on board with us with the message we are preaching.
Yeah,
so while they were also on the street, both Peter Obi and Atiku, while they were on the street, we were also on the streets. We were not sitting in our offices. It's just that we were not showcasing the pictures all over the internet. We were busy talking to those communities where we are looking at their votes coming on board for us to win the election here. And I like the prophecy that they made. They declared before time that anyone that wins the AMAC is the one who is going to win the election of 2027. And we accepted their prophecy. We accepted their challenge. Today, we won AMAC with large margin, which means come 2027, we are marching with confidence. Not because we are a ruling party, but because we are a party that is making impact. That we are not talking about renewed hope in theories. We are impacting lives, and such impact is going to be reflected in the vote that will come in for our party come 2027.
Right. Indeed, Deputy
I'm very happy today. I'm a happy man today.
Nigerians will decide leading the charge with your program, the Renewed Hope Partner Initiative. But we are still seeing pushbacks from people in that region, stakeholders in that region. Why is it difficult for them to accept your party, the All Progressives Congress?
No, my region have started accepting my party. That is why we are using so many platforms to preach the message, to send the crusade of the Renewed Hope agenda. We have the Renewed Hope ambassadors. We also have the one I founded to support Mr. President, which I call the Renewed Hope Partners. Indeed. I am the one that convened that. I'm the one sponsoring it. It's not from federal government. I am doing it to support Mr. President by preaching the Renewed Hope agenda, breaking it down in the language that our people will understand in the Southeast. And believe me, we are partnering with so many pro groups across the country. You'll be surprised how many states we are at the moment. But if you come to Southeast, what it used to be before is not what it is now. I'm sure you are aware that when it was 2023, we didn't have Enugu. Today we have Enugu. And in our ancient history, Enugu is the capital of the Igbo land. And if Enugu has accepted APC, it means the Igbos have accepted APC. We have Imo State, and the governor is working so hard to make sure that the vote that will come from there will be for Mr. President. We have Ebonyi State, my friend that is there, as the governor is working so hard to make sure. What is left now is Abia State. Because Anambra State believes in the agenda of renewed hope. I give it to Governor Soludo. He preaches renewed hope. He's a believer of the renewed hope. He's a disciple of renewed hope. So you cannot really count Anambra out of the question. The only one that is currently out of the question is my own state, called the Abia State. And that is why I'm working hard. From the time we met the party, it was 5,000 members. Today, I want to announce to Nigerians that in the last registration exercise that just took 1 month, with the participation of NIM, that's the NIMC, we were able to raise membership from 5,000 to 160,000 members. Wow. The governor that is there won election with 120,000 members of votes. Today, the APC in Abia State can boast of 160,000 members. And if you give us more months, more people will embrace the party. The stakeholders have come together. There is unity in the party now. There is no faction in the party. And we are pushing forward because there is only one uniting force, and that is Mr. President. We want to make sure that when the votes are counted, that Abia will not be left behind. So my people in the Southeast are benefiting from the policies of Mr. President.
Yeah, let me explain something.
Policies of government.
Let me explain. You know why
I think you need to invite me when you have more time, like 1 hour, so that we can discuss this in more detail.
Indeed. Well,
let me have the next question.
Yeah, that's why I want us to get a lot of questions out quickly. You know why I said that? Why I asked why it's difficult for the region to accept the APC is because, we saw the City Boy movement appoint some ambassadors, Obi Cubana from the Southeast. We also saw Cubana Chief Priest from Imo State. And the backlash was huge, especially from people in that region, in the Southeast. Is this not a reflection of the people's disposition towards the APC?
No. What backlash? If you depend on pseudo accounts that attack people on social media, you will not be able to strategically get to what you want to get to. We are one of those people who attack more than any politician. Benjamin Kalu is one of those anyone you do, they will attack you. Does it mean that people don't accept you? No. They believe in what you are doing. It's only a little percentage that is out there shouting. Governance is not about noise. My brothers that have come on board, that was strategic. Cubana, chief priest coming on board, strategic. My Obi Cubana, my brother, coming on board, strategic. E-Money coming on board, strategic. All of them, Zenko, coming on board. These are young men who are impacting a greater percentage of population of young people across the Southeast.
But do they have the political
they are
influence?
Like role model.
Do they have the political
They
influence?
don't need to have a political, they don't need to have any political interest. All they need to know is to believe in the renewed hope agenda. Influence, yeah, they have political influence. Even if they don't have by association, the political, what they had before was maybe economic influence. Now they are diversifying and believing in political influence. Because I preach this to my people time and again. We are, businessmen, we are traders, we believe in commerce. But commerce alone cannot build our society in the Southeast. It's about time we stop saying it doesn't concern us. It's about politics. Let them do their politics. Let us do our trade. What we are focusing now is that we want to take our stake within the political space. And I'm happy that my young brothers who of my generation are embracing the opportunity that is out there. And I can tell you, Southeast will not remain the same. More people should join the City Boy Crusade. More people should join the Renewed Hope Ambassadors. More people should join the Renewed Hope Partners. The more we are, the merrier. That way we will impact much in our region, bringing the vote in large number, make the president again the second time, and then make our request. If we don't bring in large vote into the basket, how can we make our demand for the region? Mr. President is watching, and I'm happy my people are aligning day in, day out. The story is changing in Southeast, and I'm happy my generation is about to create what has not been created. No longer sitting on the fence. All of us are on board, and what is our target? Make President Bola Ahmed Tinubu the next president of Nigeria, support him through this administration of his first term, support him through the administration in his second tenure, make sure the request of the Southeast gets to Mr. President. And one of those requests,
I was going to ask, what are your requests?
We look into the issue of, one of them will be the issue of insecurity that is coming down, but that is still not resolved because of Nnamdi Kanu. One of the things that we need is for the president to listen to our prayers, the prayers of our fathers, the prayers of the traditional rulers, the prayers of the young men. We are saying, Mr. President, if you can help us solve this problem, give a soft landing for our brother who is incarcerated in Sokoto now. If Nnamdi Kanu comes back home, we hold hands together to integrate more of our people into the mainstream of politics. That is what we've been preaching. Political solution. Many people may not know what we are going through under the curtain, behind the curtain, but I know Mr. President is listening. He does not ignore the prayers of his followers. He does not ignore the prayers of the traditional rulers. A traditional ruler has made a prayer openly, and I know Mr. President listens to the yearning of the people of the Southeast. And soon, by the grace of God, as we keep praying, as we keep pleading, as we keep, urging him to use political solution as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to restore security fully by releasing our brother Nnamdi Kanu, I can assure you the Southeast will fully be integrated into the mainstream politics.
Well, one of the reasons why Nnamdi Kanu also took to the struggle is because of, complaints of a marginalization. The Southeast always say, they have been marginalized. So far, how has inclusion been under this administration that you would say that gives them, would you say that you would say gives APC that public acceptance in the Southeast?
Yes. I say yes because Mr. President is a Democrat, a disciple of democracy. You cannot talk about the history of democracy in this country without leveraging all his efforts, what we are enjoying today as democracy. He was one of those who sacrificed. So he knows the importance of democracy. And in democracy, one of the ethos is participatory democracy, people elements, bringing people inclusivity, making sure everybody is on board. And this is what he is practicing. Let me tell you this. In the last 8 years before he emerged, there was no single person from the Southeast who belonged to the section leadership of this country. You don't know what that means. It means a sense of belonging, that when serious discussions about this country is held, that an Igbo man is in the circle. He made that happen. Irrespective of the fact that we did not give him a lot of votes, he could have, leveraged that to say, no, you don't need, I don't have to honor you in that manner. But he did that. Look at the various appointments in the country. You will see that the Southeast have not been left behind. We are not yet there, don't get me wrong. We are not yet there. We have not gotten there. But there is this intentional approach by Mr. President to make sure that everybody comes on board. And we are appreciating that. We believe that with time, all that we've been agitating for, that will make us feel more included, will be taken care of by Mr. President.
Indeed.
So, how it is today and how it used to be before now, there is a paradigm shift from what it used to be to what of infrastructure. Infrastructure will also show you that there is a paradigm shift from what it used to be to what it is now. Are we there yet? No. Are there some roads? Are there some gaps that need to be filled? The answer is yes. Is he ignoring that? No. He is looking at the resources we have, the opportunities we have, and beginning to put Southeast within the mix so that we will benefit when others are benefiting. In terms of appointment, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of government policies, there is no discrimination.
All right, indeed,
but we will keep supporting him, because the more we support him, the more we will get what we are looking for.
Yeah,
and let me also announce this. There is no more sit at home in Nigeria, in Southeast. There is no more sit at home, because Mr. President is working with the team of the governors in the Southeast, and they are intentional about increasing the economic welfare of our people.
We have to go, but I need to
we are losing a lot of economic resources.
We have to go, but I need to throw this in.
Make sure you give me 1 hour so that we'll talk more about Southeast.
I promise that, Deputy Speaker. But before we go, let me throw this in.
My brother.
Let me throw this in before we go. Deputy Speaker, I'm sure you are aware that the approval rating of lawmakers has really dipped or reduced lately following the passage of the Electoral Act amendment. Some people say it fell short of expectation. A lot of people had hopes that, there's going to be electronic transmission of results and some other key clauses that will be amended to enhance the electoral process. But that fell short of expectation. How will you react to that, the decline in approval rating of lawmakers, your colleagues? Quickly before we go.
No. The approval rating, our oversight function is to the fact that we look at the laws that we have in the countries. We'll be able to dissect the laws to know which ones are obsolete, which ones are not taking care of our current realities, and begin to find a way to block those gaps. It's a lot of work that we do there, which entails a lot of critical thinking, a lot of critical analysis, a lot of intellectualism, a lot of research. That was what we did with the Electoral Act. Many people didn't know that before now there was nothing like transmission in our Electoral Act. We have succeeded in bringing it in. Okay? And one of the things, we were celebrated. When House of Rep put it in, we were celebrated. But when we put the proviso that says beyond network, a lot of people are talking about network. It's not about network that can be the only hindrance towards the optimization of Section 63 of the Electoral Act. It could be hacking. It could be somebody attacking the server. It could be somebody modeling the result. The question is, when that happens, what are we supposed to do? The proviso we put in there says, rely on the primary source of result, which is from EC8A.
That's correct.
Which is where the transmission commenced from. Because without from EC8A, you cannot do any transmission using the IRA. We are saying, assuming we are attacked through...
I'm so sorry, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much.
We're out of time, but I want to ask you a yes or no question. In 2027 in Abia State, are you contesting for the seat of governor?
I belong to a political family. The political family will decide what next level I will take. And I have a leader. I follow the leading of my leader. We will sit down together to decide what is the next one to take. That is how a political family behaves.
All right, that's a political answer.
The political family will lead.
That's a political answer, but we have to go now. I wanted a yes or no answer.
I'm a